I had low self-esteem until probably when I got to high school. When I took up finance, it was not a matter of that I loved finance.
It's not like an addiction because you get addicted to not being good enough.
Not being good enough.
Love yourself. Be proud of who you are. Never let someone tell you how to live your life. Choose your friends wisely, by the way. If you're friends with you, that means your parents know my parents and I know everything about you. You know their background. So, if you're choosing a friend, make sure you know this person very well, to the detail. You know their background. Because this could be people who are growing up in who have been raised differently. You know that those parents who are like, they give you everything you want and then they don't really care because they're always busy. So these kids turn out to be rebellious, rude, and develop weird characters because their parents don't really care. You have seriously strict parents. Now you will start doing what your friends are doing, and then you get into trouble with your parents. Like your friend has a tattoo. Her parents know about it, but they're like, whatever. You get a tattoo because you're like, my parents probably then what
And then you're
happen?
forgetting that when you get home, you're going to be waited for with a belt at the door. Why did you have a tattoo? Whose money did you use to get the tattoo?
Yes, exactly.
How she'll go home, her parents will see the tattoo, they'll say good night, you can sleep. You'll get home and your mom will lecture you why you have the tattoo, and then she'll throw you out to your uncle's house that night because you have a tattoo.
And
you get home, your mom in whose house?
A teenage boy who is struggling with self-esteem, like what would you tell them?
Let me tell you, if just the best thing to do, don't care about the other part. Like, if someone's saying this, don't care about their opinion. Because in class 7, people used to make fun of me. Even still in school today, people make fun of me because of the way I talk. I don't care. Because it's your opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Wrong or right, everybody has their own opinion. Now, you don't have to accept their opinion. Don't let someone else make you feel like you're not as good as you are, because everyone has value. Don't make someone else make you feel like you don't have value, because when you do that, they're winning, because they feel like they have value. And some people do this, they make you feel lower to make themselves feel higher. Like someone, I remember in class, it was class 8, someone has bad grades, they've dropped in their marks. So to make themselves not feel bad about it, they go to laugh at someone else who has worse marks. So some people do that. They make you feel worse about yourself to make themselves feel better. They're like, yeah, I failed, but at least I'm not as bad as this guy. To make themselves feel better about themselves. So don't let, it's wrong. You're not supposed to do that, because just imagine if that was you. Now, you already feel bad, now someone's making it worse. It doesn't help. When it comes to exams, if someone laughs at you because you have bad grades, just tell them, I'll do better next time.
Just be like,
There's always a chance.
There's always next time.
There's always a chance to.
Because it's possible to learn new things. You don't, like, I wasn't born knowing how to play chess. I learned it. I was bad at it, but I learned. Now I go for tournaments. You can learn to do new things. No one's born perfect. We all start from the bottom and have to build our way up in whatever skill set we want to do.
You're you. You might not be good at this thing, but you're better at this one. So yes, don't always focus on your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Focus on your strengths. Let your strengths build you, and then learn from your mistakes. If you make a mistake, you're like, I did this wrong. How about I try it this way instead? You'll find yourself growing.
Because sometimes, like even in grades, because I know personally, I'm not good at Kiswahili.
Definitely you're not.
I'm not. But I know I'm good in math, I'm good in science, and I'm good in English. So instead of letting people talk to me about my weaknesses, I know I can focus on myself, because that's what I did in KCPE. And I scored high marks all 3 of the subjects. And even in Kiswahili, I didn't do that bad. A 60 in math. And I came home with my report card. And I was yelled at about that math for a long time. Next exam comes, I get a 96, I mean. So I come home feeling happy because I know now I'm not going to yell at about the math. But the problem is, instead of focusing or congratulating me for the math, now they shift. You got a 42 in SST. That's what they do. Instead, you feel like you'll never be good. You feel like you're never going to get to that level of perfection, because you feel like you won't be at that point where you can go home with everything perfect, knowing you're never gonna get out of anything. You like your achievements. You can achieve something big, but because of your environment, you don't feel like it's that big. Everyone else is telling you this is such a good thing that you've done, but you're not feeling it because the person you're trying to impress doesn't see it as that big of a thing.
So how do you the person you're trying to impress does not see it? So how do you self-congratulate yourself for that particular moment? Do you just the person that I want to impress is not going to fail it, so whatever?
Yeah,
or
so-
can you self-congratulate yourself?
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. Having that person you want to impress, just have like your own standard. Like, even if they want you to get like an 100 in everything, and you know that that's very, very difficult, just have your own standard. Let's say maybe I can get like at least a 75 in everything. Like, at least if you didn't get to the standards, don't let it ruin your whole mood. Make sure you have your own standards.
Yeah, like set your own goals.
Yeah, your own goal that if you reach, even if they're not proud of you, you're proud of yourself for getting there. You're like, I fought, I did my best, and I got here.
Wow.
And also parents like have a key role in the self-esteem thing, because sometimes maybe you've gotten maybe a 390 in an exam. You in your heart you're like, that 390, man, like I got a 390.
And then
your mom
you get
has a
home. Why did you
friend-
get? Why did
Then
you
your
get?
mom has a friend whose child got a 460, and then your mom is like, "Why didn't you get a 460?" Like me, I know 460 is not for me. It was never for me. I was 390, 3 something there.
That's-
Ever tell your child be like this one, because that person will be like, wait, if my mom doesn't love me for who I am, or for the first thing that will pop up into your child's head, you love him more than you love me. And I will already degrade, that will already just lower his self-esteem, because if my mom doesn't love me, what makes me think that everyone out here will accept me for who I am?
And then the other thing that it brings, when your parents are comparing you to someone else for you to be better, you start to hate this other person. Like, they've done nothing wrong to you, but you already don't like them. Like, I remember every time Mama used to compare my marks to wrong. I mean, yeah, right now we're friends, we play games, but it was just
hate.
yeah, because they haven't done anything wrong, but you're competing with them. Like, they're not competing with you. You see, that's the thing. They're not competing with you. They're not getting their good marks for you. They're getting their good marks for themselves and for their career. Now, you're not getting them for yourself. You're getting them to prove that you're better than them. That's the thing. Do not do something to prove that you're better than someone else.
Yes.
Do it for yourself. Because if you're doing something to prove that you're better than someone else, and they're not doing it for you, they're doing it to prove someone else, then just look at it logically, because you're using up so much of your time and energy to try to surpass someone who doesn't even care about you. Yeah, they don't even know that you're competing with them. Because it's like someone's walking on the road and you're running, trying to get to where they're getting, and then they don't even know you're racing them. Yeah. Some parents expect way too much from their kids. And that thing for 460. You have to know, like,
Where
yes,
your
there's
kid
strengths and
is.
weaknesses, but you have to know where the line is, because there are some things that you can't do. So, like, and sometimes when you tell them you can't do, they say, oh, you're giving up before you even start. Before the exam, we had drew our boundaries. We know my best, we know my worst, so we strive for the best. You have to know where your limit is, because as much as there's believing in yourself, there's no sense believing in yourself and being delusional.
Yes.
Because you can believe in yourself,
And
but
like-
don't come back to reality once in a while to know that I believe that I can do. If we're going to ask you for something or to talk to you about these things, I think something that would help is don't see us, like, if we're talking to you something and you're not happy about it, don't like see us as the child you're angry at. See us as someone who's asking for help and needs help. Because sometimes they let what they're upset about like overshadow the whole thing, and it's not even you went there to get help and instead you're being yelled at. And when you go to someone for help and they just end up yelling at you, it doesn't help. It makes things worse.
Yeah, sure.
And it decreases the likelihood of us going to you again. So next time we know, last time I went to ask for help, I was shouted at, I was grounded, I'm not going to go do it again, I'll just go talk to someone else.
Yeah.
And when you do that, there's no trust between you and your parents. You wouldn't tell them stuff, because one day they could find out about, like, there's so many things that they don't know about. All your friends know, other people know, you could even go talk to your uncle about it, but they don't know about it.
Yeah, sure. That's true.
So if you don't build trust like that, in fact, my dad told me about this once. He took me for a whole walk around the compound discussing this whole trust thing. He said that if there's anything you need, we can talk about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think now we have understood. I think we have had the teenage voice, and I think Tyrell and Katrina is speaking for many teenagers out there who are like, no, no, I can't talk to my mom because of this. At least now, the parents who are watching this can be able to understand. Now, this is what our teenagers want. Understand us from our perspective.